Welcome to Bransford Webbs and this week's Looking Good List video. So this week we've moved inside the liner unit where you saw us last week outside looking at some of the stock plants for next year's production. So this is the liner unit where we grow on the 9cm young plants before they're potted into their final 2, 3, 4, 5 litre pots and sent out into garden centres next year and the year after. So the reason we've come down here this week is that this time of year through the autumn tends to be quite light work in the glasshouse, so in the liner unit. So we actually have a lot of empty beds. So over the last few years we've started utilising these to grow our 1 litre primula crop. So this is Primula Cappuccino, which has just been potted this morning. About 50,000 more prims to pot over the next couple of weeks. So we grow these in a 1 litre pot, and the reason we actually do that in this glasshouse is because all these beds are sub-irrigated. That means that the primulas can be grown on in an ideal environment where they get as much moisture as they need up to the roots through capillary action, but they actually keep the foliage on the pots very dry, which minimises risk of pest and disease problems such as botrytis, which can affect primulas, and minimises the actual applications of spray that we need of fungicides throughout the autumn and winter. So we found over the last few years growing the primulas in this liner unit gives us a great 1 litre primula crop that we send out from late January onwards in bud and flower into garden centres. So back to the Looking Good list. We're getting a bit light on stock on the nursery now as we go into the autumn. Thank you to all our customers out there, we've had a great year. But we're starting to sell through on many lines. So we've got a few bits and bobs this week. First of all, our Formium crop. About 8 varieties of Formium online now at the moment. So we've got all 3 litre spec. We've got Pink Panther and Apricot Queen here just to show you two of the sort of the smaller speckish that we do in varieties and the chunkier spec that we do. Also, still got 3 lavenders in a 1 litre pot online. This is showing some really nice colour now. So this is Pretty Polly, another couple of varieties as well available. And Hellebore Harvin's Hybrid series has a 1 litre spec, so this is new to us this year at Bransford. We've done it in a 2 litre spec for a number of years now, but we've actually got this nice little 1 litre long tom pot, top dressed with Melcott bark, looking great. And so that's the Harvin's Hybrid series. There's about 8 or 9 colour varieties in that. Check out the Looking Good list online for more information. Seed and Rose Carpet we showed you last week, but it was in tight bud. It's now opened out, it's showing flower and looking absolutely stunning. So that's 2 litre pot, 30 on a shelf, and they're going out into garden centres now. Not too many left, so give your sales team member a call if you'd like to know in your plant area. And a couple of berberis. So we've got Berberis Admiration, which is a lovely sort of mound forming bright red berberis, just flushing the last bit of new growth through before the autumn in a 2 litre pot again. And also Berberis Rosy Rocket. More of an upright columnar type, variegated foliage, nice autumn colour and nice flush of colour in the spring when it comes through as well. So that's it pretty much for this week. We'll be back next week hopefully with another selection of plants from Bransford Webbs. You might be able to behind me that they've just started up potting the next lot of primulas. I think they've now moved on to Primula Champagne. You can see John there as it's coming off the potting machine, just put them down onto the beds. These will be overhead watered in later by hand, and then the capillary action should get going and continue to water them from below throughout the rest of the autumn and winter. So I'll see you again next week. Thanks for tuning in.